This video brought to you by Phelps 3D. Hello again, this is Peter Phelps. I'm in the process of assembling the little monster. This would be part 2 of the instructions. On this part, I went ahead and took all the nuts back off of this because to me it would make better sense that the aluminum and the eccentric spacers were part of the assembly instructions for putting together these. If they went ahead and put them on there, then I wouldn't have to take all those nuts back off, because I now have to put those onto the six. There's 6 of the eccentric spacers and there's 6 of the aluminum spacers. So of course I've got 2 rows of 6 sitting here. That is the X carriage plate, gantry plate, the Z gantry. We've got the bed. There are 4 of the angle parts, 6 of the M5 by 8 millimeters, and then there's the Y carriage part. We'll be getting to all that. I wanted to go over what tools I'm using. I 3D printed something for the M3 nuts, and it's a 8 millimeter for the M5 nuts. Then I have 2 screwdrivers here. One has a bit that will fit the M5s, one for the M3s, and then that one is an M3 with the ball end, which makes it easier sometimes if you gotta go different angles. So first thing I'll be doing is putting these onto those. Of course, I'm trying to hold this with my hand and do this at the same time. I need to get a better setup for making 3D printer build videos. I actually had a nice setup, but for some reason the HD camera I was using no longer wants to record audio. So I don't want to give you a bunch of silent videos. And the other one. And with these, I think now you'll notice that there's the holes slightly off center. That's what the eccentric spacer is. What it allows you to do is, once you put it together, you can turn this and it will change the tension of the wheel itself versus the rails. So when they're riding across the rails, you can change the tension just by turning these. So I'm going to put those so that this part is facing up, since it's what's going to go into, I believe they go into wider holes in the plates. So one side of the gantry will have just the standard aluminum, and the other side will actually have so let's see if we can figure it out. Those 2 holes look bigger than those 2 holes. So what I'll do, they say to assemble it with the wheels on the opposite side of the indents for the hot ends. So I'll put the 2 those 2 there, and then I'll put the other 2 Sorry, it's hard to do this one. I'm trying to use just one hand. Okay. So see where you can see the plate is fit into it. And then the other one's just the goose coming out. And you want to tighten these down, but you want to tighten them down just enough that they're solid, but that they don't cause the bearings to bind. Because if the bearings bind, your wheels don't turn and this whole thing doesn't work. Kind of silly. Yeah. Come back to that. And then for the other one, we do basically the same thing. But which is there a certain side to a certain side that I'm supposed to be putting on? Let's see. It looks like they oriented. I'm following the printed out instructions that they gave. And it looks like you have the two non-concentric on this side, the two concentric on this side. Wait a minute, I'm flipping this, am I? Because it's the wheels are supposed to be. Yeah, I think I got it backwards. Since I want the wheels to be on this side for these, that side for that. Let's see. So I'm going to turn it. Move these that way, these this way. Flip the thing over, and then I can close that way. Oops. Sorry, I'm gonna need to use my left hand. Okay, and then I can just put that's on that. I'll tighten this all down a bit. So when it gets flipped over, it should look like the picture, basically. So yeah, the concentric ones were on the right and the non-concentric on the left for this. I'll tighten those back down a bit. Okay, I guess then there's two of the brackets go onto the other side, just below the squares, like that. So we'll probably need those have threads? Huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop and see, because in the assembly instructions, I don't think they told me I needed nuts. I need lock washers on there? Or... Oh, I was supposed to use T-nuts? Okay, I need to get 8 T-nuts, sorry. I didn't see, I missed that part. I can grab T-nuts so it's not hard. I'm gonna pause, stop, and I'll come back, pick it up.